All right, it's Sunday morning, and my youngest son here, we're gonna show him how to check his oil and keep an eye on his oil. Best time to check the oil is when the car's been sitting overnight. That's the best time. You're gonna get an accurate reading in the tank, in the oil, in the lower oil pan. And right here on this particular engine, it's this yellow stick right here. Now, some of them say oil level, some of them don't, but it's usually a colored stick. Let's take that out and let's take a look and see what you got. Wipe it off. We're gonna stick it back in. Wipe off the stick, stick it all the way back in. Right in back in the hole. Yep. Let it sit down there for a second. Now pull it back out and we're going to check the level. Bring it over here in the sunlight so we can see it. Okay, so don't hold it over the paint. Don't hold it over the paint. Don't hold it over the paint. Because if you hold it over the paint and it drips on the paint, it's going to stain the paint possibly. So right here, it is full. The oil is full. It's right there. So you want to be within these lines right here for your oil. If it comes down here a little bit and you see it here, add a little bit of oil. Okay, let's put that stick back in. So that's good. We checked it. You're good oil level. You're right at the full mark. Now, if you need to add oil, it says right here. Now, some caps will tell you the weight of oil that the engine takes. Sometimes it can be on the description under the hood. And in most cases, you definitely will find it in the owner's manual. If you don't have an owner's manual, then what you really want to do is go online and then see what type of oil it takes. You want to stick with the oil that the manufacturer recommends. That's how you check your oil. Now, while you have the hood up, you want to check other fluids while you're here. So for one, what we're checking is the power steering fluid. That's high. We have a little discoloration in there. Don't need to change it yet because I know we just did it about a year ago. I do that every 2 years, change that fluid. Change the oil every 5,000 miles. We're going to check the coolant level. And since the vehicle's off, this is the low level and this is the full level. So it's right in the middle, which is perfect for this car. We're going to look at the battery. We want to make sure the battery has no corrosion on it. It looks good. When you start seeing oxidization on there, you want to clean the battery, get that oxidization off of there. And also check the year and month of the battery. I don't like a battery more than 3 years old. I like to get it out of the car. I don't like buying alternators and starters. We're going to check our brake fluid level, and our brake fluid level is right up there. Now, if your brake fluid level is low, you got to take a look at your brakes. Maybe that your brakes might need to be serviced. If you got to add coolant, it's okay to add coolant once in a while, but if you got to keep adding coolant, there's something wrong. You're leaking coolant somewhere. Same thing with power steering fluid. We're going to pop the top here. It's washer fluids right here. He's got plenty of washer fluid. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. That's how we're going to walk around. Then we're just going to walk around. We're going to look at the tires. Looks like the pressure. We're going to check our pressure today. We don't got to check our pressure every week, but I like to check it every couple of weeks. We're going to walk around the car. We're going to look for any loose things. We're going to have them pop the cap, check the cap. The tires all look good. And then sometimes what I like to do is start the car and turn the wheel out. And I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so we just started the car and turned the wheel out. Now, why do I want to turn the wheel out? Well, what I'm looking for is uneven wear on the tire. If I see that it's getting more wear here than it is here, I'm going to be concerned with the front alignment. I'm also looking inside the cracks for any dry rot in the tire. That's telling me the tire's lifespan is shortening up. I'm also looking for any type of cracks in the sidewall. I don't use tire shine because that kind of like dries the tire out early. Now I'm going to check the other side. I'm going to start it up and turn the wheel the other way. Okay, so now we're on the passenger side tire, and I can see right now we got good even wear. That's because I align my vehicles once a year. Or if I feel like they're starting to pull out, I line them up as it saves on the tire. Looking at the sidewall, and there's no type of dry rot in it, so I want to keep an eye on that. The back tires look good. Now what I'm going to do is double check the wiper blades. So now I'm going to check the wiper blades for wear. I'm going to lift them up off the windshield. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to rub them. These are in pretty good shape. They're holding on tight. They look good. And they look nice and tight. The next thing I want to double check is I'm going to check the lights. Now this is where you need two people. It's always good to have two people help out. You want to check your lights too. So now I like to start in the front of the car. Turn your lights on. Good. High beam. Good. Left. Right. Good. Good. I'm going to check the side markers. Left. Okay, we don't have a side marker working right here. Hang on. Side marker's not working, so we gotta look at that. Right side, we got a bulb out right here. So see, we got a side marker bulb out. So we gotta get a couple bulbs. Might have too much sunlight. Tail light right, left, brake, back up, back up. Everything's working back here. So there you go, folks. We found two lights out, two marker lights out. And these are kind of important because the light's lit up, but it's not flashing. So this tells somebody when you're pulling out of a side street which way you're turning. So we have to take a look at that. Everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be fine. So this is how you check your car. I do this once a week with my son, so that way that he gets in it. He's a young man. I don't want him being hurt. All right, folks. If you like what I'm telling you, hit the like button, and if you'd like to know some other things for me to check out for you and walk you through it, please feel free to do so. Thanks for your time today.